Hey, what's up, champions? Gediminas here. Hope you guys are doing fantastically well. Welcome to Financial Freedom TV. And today I wanted to share with you where to find the best, most committed, and hard working people for your business. Now, of course, all of us would like to have strong people in our team, right? We all want good leaders. We want people who are independent, who are responsible, who are going to be self-motivated and do the actions and do the work without us having to push them every single day, etc. Right? Like most of us would like to have team members like that. And the other day, me and Rita, we were having a walk, and we were thinking and we were discussing like about the best leaders in the business. And obviously some people we have invited to the business, through prospecting and finding people on social media and all of that. And there's other people who came to us because of the marketing that we did, right? Because of all the videos and all the posts and all the social media presence that we done. Some people actually came to us and found us. And guess who were the strongest leaders in the business? The strongest people were the ones who came to us, not the ones that we found. You see, when somebody comes to you instead of you going to them, it's a totally different energy. It's a totally different commitment. When somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, Jacqueline, can I be in your team? Could I join your business? Could I be part of your organization?" Something happens in person's brain when they ask to be in your business. They are a lot more committed then. They are a lot more responsible. They are a lot more independent then than when you beg somebody to join your business. Now, hey, I'm not saying that you should stop doing prospecting and you shouldn't be sending messages and reaching out to people, because we still got a lot of people in our business who we invited and who are doing quite well. They're doing very well, right? And I will never stop doing prospecting. I will always be inviting people. But if you want people to start coming to you, then you need to start being visible. You need to start talking louder about what is it that you do in your business, right? Because some people, well, let me correct this, not some people, a lot of people in home-based business are network marketing secret agents. They do home-based business, but nobody knows about it, right? They say if they took you to court for doing network marketing, it would be not enough evidence to convict you. Right? So it is time for us to start talking louder about what we're doing. It is time for you to start being more visible, right? And how do you become more visible? Well, through posts, through videos, through live broadcasts, through stories, through TikToks, through Instagram Reels, through all the content that you put out there. Now, if you're not putting any content out there, then guess what? Nobody's ever going to find you. If you're not putting videos on YouTube, if you're not doing Facebook Lives, if you're not doing Instagram Lives, if you're not doing TikToks and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and all of that, then how will ever somebody find you? They won't. And as you start talking about what is it that you do, as you start sharing tips and advice, that's how you become attractive to people. Now, there's a very important caveat here. You don't have to be the expert to start. Very often people say, well, how can I start teaching about business if I'm not the expert? How can I start teaching about health or nutrition or beauty or skincare or hair care if I'm not the expert in that? Guess what? You don't need to be an expert in order for you to start talking about it. You don't need to be an expert in order for you to start sharing tips. This is what I do, guys, right? I learn something and then I share. I'm not an expert. I'm not the smartest guy, but all I do is I document what I'm already learning. And that does few things. One, it makes me to understand it better. Because there's one thing to learn something, right? There's totally another thing when you have to share it with other people, right? When you have to put those ideas and actually verbalize them to other people, right? So I have to learn better, right? Which helps me in my business, right? But at the same time, as I start sharing these tips, as I start sharing this advice, the more people see of that, the more they start thinking, this guy knows what he's talking about. Wow, this guy must know a lot about this business, right? And that's how you start attracting people to your business. That's how people start reaching out to you and saying, hey, I'd love to work with you. Hey, it seems like you're a good leader. I'd love to join your team, right? That's how you start attracting people. That's how you start attracting customers, right? So if you want more great, strong, committed, responsible people to come to you, you need to start being visible. They say best known is better than best. You need to become best known. So that when within your friend circle, within your family, within your community, within your social media reach, when somebody needs your product, you'll be the first person they reach out to. When somebody needs an extra income, you'll be the first person they'll think about, because you have become so much well known within your circle, right? You don't need to be famous. You don't need to be followed by millions, although it doesn't hurt, right? But as long as you're known within your community for what is it that you do, if you keep reminding your audience, if you keep telling your story, if you keep sharing, this is what I do, this is how I help people, this is how I serve, this is how I could help you, right? Eventually, not on day 3, right? But with time, you'll become known within your community and people will start reaching out to you, right? So my challenge for you is to start being more visible. Double it, right? If you're doing 1 story a day, start doing 2. If you're doing 1 live broadcast a week, start doing 2. Start increasing the quantity, not just the quality of what you do, right? Some of you have been learning a lot about social media, about post writing, about video making, about this, that, and the other, but you're not doing enough of it. You keep learning how to do it better, but you need to also increase how much of it you do. So that's the tip for today. Hope you got value from this. If you did, please do feel free to share it. You'll be doing me a massive favor too. And I will see you at the top. Bye for now.